ever feel like you're the one always grabbing the tissues?
Yeah.
Everyone else seems to be like totally fine.
Right.
And you're the one with the sniffles.
Right.
Today, we are doing a deep dive on why that might be.
Okay.
Why you might be getting sick more often than the people around you.
Okay.
They were talking about common health issues, and they had some surprisingly simple ways to avoid getting sick.
It is fascinating.
Yeah.
We kind of take our immune systems for granted, and we only really notice them when they're not working.
Yeah.
But it's this whole network of cells and processes that's always working to fight off all these threats.
Yeah.
And when it's weak, you can get more than just a stuffy nose.
Oh, for sure. The episode actually mentioned that even like small cuts and scrapes can take way longer to heal if your immune system's having a tough time.
Absolutely.
I never thought about that before.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you kind of zoom out a bit, a weak immune system can make you much more likely to have complications.
Oh, wow.
From illnesses that other people can just, kind of shrug off.
Right.
They even talked about how something like the flu can turn into pneumonia if your defenses are weak.
Oh, okay. Now that's scary.
Yeah.
Makes you really think about powering through when you feel a little run down.
You can't just tough it out.
So where do we start? What are the things that make our immune systems weaker?
Well, one of the biggest, and one we often forget about, is not getting enough sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You probably already know that lack of sleep's not great for you.
Right.
But it has a huge impact on the immune system.
Wow.
Like a really big impact.
Okay.
Research has shown that if you're always tired, your body makes fewer T cells, which are the cells that attack infected cells directly.
So you're saying if I'm burning the candle at both ends, I'm basically throwing a welcome party for germs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ouch. Okay. I've definitely been guilty of not sleeping enough to get things done.
Yeah, it's really common, especially, we live in such a fast-paced world.
For sure.
But you gotta get those 7 to 8 hours to keep your immune response strong. Like, think about it as giving your body's security team the rest they need to stay alert,
Yeah, that makes sense. Sleep is definitely moving up on my priority list. The episode also talked about diet and the immune system.
Right.
Do you think all the takeout and not enough, like, fruits and veggies could be making us more vulnerable?
Totally.
Yeah.
Your immune system needs the right mix of vitamins and minerals to work right. 8-Minute English particularly mention vitamin C and D.
Oh, yeah, they did.
As super important for immune health.
Are those the only ones we need to worry about, though?
Well, it's not just C and D. I mean, they're very important.
Right.
But zinc is another one that's really good for you.
Okay.
It helps your body make and use immune cells properly. And then you can't forget about antioxidants. Those are in colorful fruits and veggies.
Okay.
They fight those nasty free radicals in your body.
So basically, eat the rainbow and you're golden.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I'm taking notes. Got to branch out beyond my same old grocery list. So we've got sleep.
Right.
We've got diet. But there's another thing, right, that can really mess with our immune systems.
Stress.
Stress. Everyone's always talking about stress.
Yeah.
How does stress make us more likely to get sick?
Well, it's all about the connection between your nervous system and immune system.
Okay.
When you're stressed out all the time, your body pumps out all these hormones.
Like what?
Cortisol, for example.
Okay.
A little cortisol is fine.
Right.
But too much for too long can suppress some of your immune cells.
Really?
Yeah. And that makes you more susceptible to getting infections.
So it's not just in our heads then?
No.
Stress actually makes us physically weaker?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's a vicious cycle.
How so?
Stress weakens your immune system, then you get sick more easily, which stresses you out even more.
Oh, man. So we really need to figure out how to manage that stress, right? Not just for our mental health,
Right.
but for our immune systems as well. They mentioned yoga and meditation in the 8-Minute English episode
Yeah.
as ways to help manage stress.
And they also talked about getting out into nature.
Right?
Even just going for a quick walk in a park can really help lower those stress hormones.
I'm convinced. Gotta add stress management to the to-do list.
Yeah. Win-win.
So we're sleeping well, eating healthy, and managing our stress.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't avoid germs altogether, can we?
That's true.
Especially if you're spending time in places like an office
Yeah.
or public transport.
Exactly.
Those shared spaces are basically germ central, right?
You could say that.
It's why those basic hygiene things like washing your hands a lot
Yeah.
and not touching your face are so important.
Absolutely.
It's easy to forget about that stuff when you're busy.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely been guilty of that myself. Something else that stood out to me from the episode was about dehydration.
Okay.
I'm not the best at drinking enough water.
I hear ya.
So how does that connect to our immune systems?
Well, think of it like this.
Okay.
Your immune system needs fluids to work properly
Okay.
to move the immune cells around and get rid of waste.
Right.
If you're dehydrated, your system gets sluggish.
So like my immune system's running on empty.
Pretty much.
8 glasses of water a day it is.
There you go.
Starting now.
It's like giving your body the resources it needs to keep those defenses up and running.
The 8-minute English episode also mentioned something about movement.
Oh, yeah.
I know exercise is good for you, but I didn't realize it affected the immune system.
Well, if you're not moving enough, it can actually weaken your immune system over time.
Really?
Being active helps your blood flow better.
Right.
And that lets those immune cells travel around your body more easily, ready to fight anything off.
So even if I can't always fit in a full workout,
Yeah.
just moving around more throughout the day can help.
Absolutely. Every little bit counts.
So like taking the stairs instead of the elevator,
Yeah.
or going for a quick walk at lunch.
Exactly.
I'm sensing a theme here. It's the little consistent things we do that make the big difference.
That's it.
We've covered a lot today.
We have.
Sleep, diet, stress management, hygiene, exercise. So many things impact our chances of getting sick.
It really shows how complex the immune system is, and how connected it is to our overall well-being.
Right.
But the good news is we have a lot of control over a lot of these things.
That's good.
Even small changes to our daily routines can make a big difference in how tough we are against those pesky germs.
That's encouraging. It's not about being perfect then.
No.
It's about making good choices that support our well-being.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your health
Okay.
and realizing you can be proactive.
I like that.
It's not about living in a bubble,
Right.
but about knowing how to stay healthy in a world full of, threats.
One of the things that stuck with me from the 8-minute English episode was about how laughter can actually boost your immune system.
Interesting.
It sounds too good to be true, almost.
It might sound surprising,
Yeah.
but there's more and more research coming out that shows a connection between laughter and a stronger immune response.
So those silly jokes and funny cat videos are actually doing us some good.
Well, maybe not all of them,
Okay.
but laughter has been shown to lower stress hormones
Mm-hmm.
and increase the production of certain immune cells.
Interesting.
It's like a reminder that taking care of your mind and how you feel is just as important as taking care of your body.
It's like giving our immune system a little dose of happiness.
Yeah.
This deep dive has given me so much to think about already.
Yeah.
We've covered so much,
Uh-huh.
but there's even more to discover. Stay tuned. Because we'll be right back to delve even deeper into this fascinating world of the immune system.
Okay.
And we'll learn even more ways to stay healthy and resilient.
Welcome back. Ready to keep exploring what makes us more or less likely to get sick?
Definitely. This 8-minute English episode is packed with info. Before the break, we were talking about how even laughing can boost our immune system.
Right.
Did you find any other surprising facts about staying healthy in the episode?
Well, the one about hydration and focus was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There was this study from the University of Connecticut.
Okay.
They found that if you're even a little bit dehydrated,
Yeah.
it can affect your mood and
Oh,
how well you think.
Yeah.
But if you're well hydrated, you can actually boost your focus.
By how much?
Up to 14%.
That's a lot.
It is.
So it's not just about being healthy.
Yeah.
It's about, being sharp mentally, too.
Exactly. Stay sharp, stay hydrated.
Right?
It makes sense when you think about it. Our brains are mostly water,
Yeah.
like 75%.
That's a lot.
So, of course, if you don't have enough water, your brain's not going to work as well.
It's like our brains need that H2O to really get going.
They do. Anything else catch your eye in the episode?
Hmm.
Any other fun facts?
Oh. What about the one from Harvard Medical School
Which one?
about sleep?
Right.
Getting enough. Getting enough sleep helps your brain store new info better.
That's right. 7 to 9 hours each night.
Wow, so more sleep actually makes you smarter.
It can, yeah.
I've always kind of felt like that was true.
Hmm.
But it's cool to see the science behind it.
It really emphasizes why sleep is so important.
Yeah.
Not just physically, but for your brain, too.
Right.
Sometimes we think we're being more productive by staying up late working,
I know, I do.
but in the long run, we're actually making it harder for ourselves to learn.
That's a good point. Got to give our brains time to process everything.
Absolutely. Rest is just as important as work.
I really like that this deep dive is giving us a lot of practical things we can actually use.
Me too.
It's not just like theory.
Right.
It's stuff we can actually do in our daily lives.
And the best part is that even small changes can make a big difference.
Exactly.
You don't have to change your whole life overnight.
Right.
Just make a few small changes.
Like choosing water instead of soda.
Yeah.
Or getting up and moving around every hour instead of sitting at your desk all day.
Exactly. Little by little, it all adds up.
It's kind of empowering, isn't it?
It is.
We actually have a lot of control over our health.
More than we realize, often.
We can make choices that make us less likely to get sick.
Exactly. But it's not the same for everyone, is it?
Right. What works for one person might not work for someone else.
You got it. The key is to pay attention to your body.
Okay.
Try different things and see what feels best for you.
And be kind to ourselves along the way.
Yes, absolutely.
We're all learning as we go.
Right.
Every day is a chance to take care of ourselves.
That's a good way to look at it.
It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I like that. It's about finding things that work for you that you can stick with.
Long term, yeah.
And enjoying the journey along the way.
Right. Because feeling good and having energy is what makes life fun.
This deep dive has given me so much to think about. We've covered a lot about how to boost our resilience.
We have.
But this 8-Minute English episode only gives us a starting point, right?
It does. There's always more to learn.
That's what's so exciting. It's a constant journey of discovery.
And the more we learn, the better choices we can make for our health.
What's one thing from all this info that really stuck with you?
What really surprised me was how connected everything is.
Like what?
Sleep, diet, stress, hydration, exercise, even laughing.
Yeah.
It all plays a role in how strong our immune systems are.
It's like this big web of factors
Exactly.
that all affect our health.
And that's why we have to look at the whole picture
Okay.
instead of focusing on just one thing. We have to take care of ourselves on every level.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Our bodies are these amazing systems.
Are.
And to be truly healthy, we have to take care of every part of ourselves.
Well said.
So that wraps up part 2 of our deep dive. But don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back with our final thoughts and a question for you to think about.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive, all about why you might be getting sick more than you'd like. You ready to wrap things up
I am.
and give ourselves some tools to stay healthy?
Definitely. You know, this whole conversation has really shown me one thing.
What's that?
You have so much more power over your health than you think.
Yeah, it's easy to feel helpless, like you're just going to get sick no matter what.
I know, right?
But this deep dive's shown us how many ways we can actually protect ourselves.
Exactly. It's about taking charge, not just wondering why you're always the one getting sick.
I like that. Taking charge. So how do we do that?
Well, it all comes down to the choices we make every day, like getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, right?
Finding ways to manage stress, staying hydrated, moving our bodies, and even just finding time to laugh.
It's amazing how such simple things can have such a big impact on our health.
It really is. And remember, it's not about being perfect all the time.
Right.
Just keep making progress, even small steps. Every little bit helps.
I love that. No pressure, just progress. So, to wrap things up, I wanted to leave you with something to think about. Inspired by the 8-Minute English episode, of course.
Oh, I'm listening.
They talked about laughter boosting your immune system.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
But what if it's even more powerful than that? Could finding humor in tough health situations actually help us get better?
That's a really interesting question.
It makes me think about how much our mindset and our emotions can affect our physical health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's definitely more research to be done.
Yeah.
But there's already evidence that being positive and having a sense of humor can help with healing.
So maybe laughter really is the best medicine after all.
Maybe so.
Something to ponder. It is. And as we finish up, I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep exploring, and keep trying new things to see what works